Hey, Penny Prepper here. So I am back from my walk. It sounded like there was like a mouse or something in the stovepipe, but anyway, so there was a couple more things I want to talk about as far as walking is concerned, and I thought about them. I didn't want to film another video when I was out walking because the last part was like by the highway. And then on my road, which everybody drives super fast on, and I had to walk like most of the time in this ditch, and I was like crunching through the snow. So I just didn't want to do another video, while I was doing that because I didn't want to fall on my ass crunching. The snow's like really crunchy, but then you like bust through it and you're just, it's hard to walk it. So, anyway, so one thing I wanted to also talk about when it comes to walking is, you know, can you navigate? Can you navigate? Like, do you know where you're at? Do you know where you're at? Because, and especially like walking is totally different when you navigate than driving. Totally different. You know, I have lived in Montana my whole life. I basically know where I'm at all the time. It would be really hard for me to get lost in Montana. But, you know, it's easy to navigate with mountains. For me, anyways. I mean, they're unmistakable. And you need to be aware. You need to have situational awareness. And you need to be able to recognize landmarks. Stuff like that. I don't know how Flatlanders navigate at all. Because if you could probably, you know, if you put me somewhere back east where there's no mountains, I'd probably be screwed. I wouldn't know. I'd be like, I don't know where I'm at. There's no mountains anywhere. So then the other thing that I wanted to talk about, it was navigation. Oh, and knowing like the proper way to walk and how hard to push yourself. So let's say shit hits the fan and you are walking and you're kind of freaking out. Like, let's say there's an EMP and you have to go walk like, you know, 3 miles or 4 miles to go get your kid from school, and it's winter time out. Do you know how to pace yourself and actually walk correctly so that you don't just sweat and sweat and sweat? Because if you are freaking out and you're sweating on your way to get your kid, and then you go in the school, you get your kid, and you have stopped your physical activity, that sweat dries out, and you're going to be freezing ass cold. Like, you need to know how to walk without sweating, and like most hunters really know how to do this if they're like, you know, they will, like, a lot of hunters will actually stop or like walk slower than you think they should be walking, because they're trying not to sweat. Or you'll like walk and pause just to keep your body, you know, you don't want to get all soaking wet. So that's another thing that you should probably know how to do. Yeah, and then, you know, do you know how to walk properly? Like, there's just so many things about walking that you need to know, and they're all free, and you need to practice. And once again, I can't stress this enough. It's free. Like, go out and take a freaking walk every day so that if shit hits the fan, you know you're good to go. Like, don't, once again, do some work. Don't be a lazy ass. Get off the couch. Stop eating the potato chips and go do some hard work. So yeah, and I would suggest walking, knowing how fast you walk and how long it's going to take you to get from somewhere if you have to walk. You're like, I know right now how long it takes me to walk into town. So yeah, just some more things to think about as far as walking is concerned. Penny Prepper out.